let's say the host falls. What is the procedure there?
Yeah, so that minister will stop what they're doing and
Okay.
pick up the precious body of Christ,
Mm-hmm.
and then hold that body of Christ
Okay.
in their hand. Now, yeah, so some parishes would instruct that, like a sacristan, if they see that happening, they will go to that minister, to that EM, to help out, to take the host.
Okay.
And sometimes, depending on how, I'm trying to phrase my words here, and depending on how contaminated that host is, there's a way of dissolving that in a bowl of water,
Okay.
and then pouring down after it has been dissolved completely, pouring down the sacrarium. The side of a sink. Okay, so in the sacristy, there's a sink there, of course, and then there's two drains. One goes to the public sewer, and one goes directly to the ground.
Yes.
And so any sacred, precious body elements, anything that's precious in that sense, right, goes down to that drain that goes down to directly to the ground instead of going to the public sewer. And that's
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've heard about that particular drain. So there are two of them, not just one.
That's right.
So how long does that take to dissolve?
Not very long. You'd have to disturb the water. So little practical tidbits there, I guess. You have to disturb the water because if you just leave the host in water,
That's going to take forever.
it would just be floating there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about because, we all know the consistency of it and everything.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
I mean, I noticed the priest just drinks the remaining wine, right? Is there
the remaining precious blood
yes.
is consumed either by the extra-ordained minister after distribution has completed, or by the acolyte, or by the priest, or by the deacon. So they have to do something called the purification afterwards, and that just sometimes you see this, and when you're at the mass, you'll see this at the altar, especially if it's a small mass. Not that many people there. You're not constrained by time, like a upcoming mass coming up.
Yeah.
Then the priest can take his time to purify the vessels, meaning to pour water, cleanse any remaining fragments or any remaining blood, and then consume the rest, and then wipe that down before taking to the dish, before taking to the wash.
Let's say the blood spills. What's the procedure there?
So once again, stops everything. That minister stops everything that they're doing, stopping the distribution, and they can get help to get a purificator. So that's a rectangle shaped cloth that's used in particularly to absorb the blood of Christ, right, and any other fragments of the host. And so they'll take that and then they'll blot wherever it's spilled, and then after cleansing it with water and the purificator, then that sacristan or that minister will take that purificator back to the sacristy.
And then what happens with those? Because it's got the blood on it.
That's right. So that will eventually be cleaned, be washed
in that particular sink that goes into the.
Yes and no. So we do have an altar linens ministry, and they're the ones who wash these linens. And the purificator especially needs a little bit extra steps to clean. So they will have to soak that in water first. In either boiling water or hot water, to get the precious blood out of the cloth. It'll just be lifted off by water, and then after they have lifted the blood off with the water in the pot, they'll have to find a place in either in their yard to dump that water.
Okay, so that doesn't happen in the sacristy.
That's right. No, that does not happen in the sacristy. Now that laundering, I guess, duty happens at the home. Right? Yeah.
Okay, so those are the volunteers, the ministry that does that.
That's right.
Okay, so if you sign up for that ministry, you need to know those steps.
That's right. And then most purifications would have some blood on it because
because you're
they're wiping the
Yeah.
cup. Yeah. And so after disposing of the sacred blood that's in the water, in the yard, in the ground, you don't pour that in the sink.
Okay.
So at your house, at our houses, I'm pretty sure we don't have another a drain
that goes straight to the ground. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so they would have to take care of that outside. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say I'm getting I'm getting communion, I'm getting the wine, a little spills on I should do the same thing at home.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
That's
if
right.
I get the blood on my shirt, if it spills, thank God it's never happened.
Yes.
But if that happens, that's the process.
That's right. You will soak that shirt in warm water or hot water, and then let that be lifted off first before you take your shirt to the dry clean or to the washing machine.
Yeah. And then dump that water in the ground.
That's right.
That's the procedure.
Like a ground, like your yard, like a dirt ground, not the
street,
not the
sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't want it going into the gutter. No, it goes into the soil.
That's right, the soil. Yeah. So little details, like that.
Yeah. Because you don't want the thought of that mixing in with the sewage.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We treat all of our sacred hosts, our precious body and precious blood of Christ with dignity and care, and also by our language too. Like just listening to you've caught yourself saying wine a few times, right?
Yeah.
So just being careful treating even the words, because even words can influence what we believe, right? Yeah.